Good morning. Today we are going to discuss the utility or the importance of the study of jurisprudence. Okay. Now the first we'll go point wise, like what utility is there. Jurisprudence is having practical value. Theory can help to improve the practice. Theory is very much essential. When the concepts are very much clear, you will not misinterpret, okay, and therefore your practical aspects will be very much clear. But there is a general confusion about practical utility of jurisprudence as a subject. It is often been accused or alleged that jurisprudence, being an abstract science, being an abstract and theoretical subject, it is not having any kind of practical utility. But this concept is not been, or this view is not been supported by Salmond. Salmond states that jurisprudence has its own intrinsic interest like any other subject of serious scholarship. For that he is explaining to us just as a mathematician investigates the number theory not with the aim of seeing his finding but to practical use, but by reason of the fascination that he holds for him. Means a mathematician is bringing the number theory not by seeing that whether it is having some practical value or not. He is studying the number theory. He is bringing the concept of maths for what? Because he is having interest in it. He is having fascination for that. Similarly, jurisprudence is also having its own fascination. People study it, people understand it, not with an objective of practical value, but they are having a fascination. The legal researchers on jurisprudence may well have their effect on contemporary socio-political thought, and at the same time may themselves be influenced by different kind of ideologies. So jurisprudence can compel or it can induce the researchers because it is also having some intrinsic interest. And I told you, when theory is perfect, you can practice in a proper manner. Theory can help to improve the practice. Okay, therefore jurisprudence is having practical value. Though anybody says anything, many are confusing you, many are telling that it is of no use, it is not having any practical value. No, it is having practical value, not directly, but indirectly it has. Okay. Now the second importance is jurisprudence has educational value. Yes, it is having educational value. Logical analysis of legal concepts sharpens the logical technique of a lawyer. It throws light on the basic ideas of fundamental principles of law. We know that what is the subject matter of jurisprudence? Law and law alone. We are going to study the principles which are beneath the law. We are going to study the interests or the objectives of the law. Therefore, it is having an educational value. As according to Salmond, jurisprudence also has a great educational value. The logical analysis of legal concepts will widen our outlook. We will be thinking. Certain thoughts different thoughts will come in our mind, and they will shape us. They will shape our ideas. Therefore, it is having a educational value. We'll take an example like a proper understanding of a proper grasp of criminal law may need some knowledge of criminology and psychiatry also, and perhaps sociology also. Okay, means it is connected with some practical aspects also. We'll take an example of a contract. We study contract law. When we study contract law, we are connecting ourselves with certain economic activities. Contract may perhaps require some knowledge of economic and economic theory. Therefore, some base is there which is going to educate you. Some things are there. With the help of jurisprudence, with the help of law, you are going to get connected with some other aspect. Therefore, Radcliffe is telling that jurisprudence is not just jurisprudence. Just by studying law, you cannot complete your study. You have to educate yourself. You have to study many things. Like jurisprudence is a part of history, a part of politics, a part of sociology, a part of psychology. Everything is being connected, related to law. Every facets of human life connects with law. We have to make rules, regulations and laws for everything, for the whole society, for the state and our conduct also. Therefore, it is having educational value. The third is, it gives you a logical training so that they can detect fallacies and use accurate legal terminologies and expression. What are fallacies? Fallacies are errors which can be committed, like in a document, like in drafting, like when you communicate, when you submit, fallacies can be committed. When fallacies are there, the conclusion will be wrong. So we should be in a position to detect that this conclusion is wrong. The way you are thinking, the way you are coming to the conclusion, the way you are drawing the inference is wrong. Therefore, jurisprudence is going to logically train you to detect the fallacy, to remove the fallacies and to come to a proper conclusion, that is a proper and exact interpretation. Okay. Next is, lawyer has to tackle new problems which he can handle through his knowledge of jurisprudence, which trains his mind into legal channels of thought. In law school, what you study, or what I studied, few laws, isn't it? Few laws which were in our syllabus. But when we come in practice, we see that every time new laws are being passed, but they were not in our syllabus. They are not being taught by our teachers, isn't it? But we know them by reading it. Why you know them by reading it? Because you know the legal concepts, you know the legal aspect, the basic is being studied by you. So any problem occurs, anything you read, you'll understand it, because the basic concepts are being clear. And who makes the basic concepts clear? The study of jurisprudence. Therefore, the study of jurisprudence is of very much importance. Okay. Jurisprudence is helping legislators also. It relieves them from the burden of defining again and again certain concepts. Like now we know right, we know duty, we know possession, we know ownership, because these are all things we are going to study in jurisprudence. We are going to study legal right, we are going to study duties, we are going to study the concept of possession, the concept of ownership. Once you get the knowledge of this, then there is no need of anything else, because you know the base. Therefore, it is going to help the legislators also. Okay, it is going to study, or it is going to help the students also. Students of law are having fascination of law. They are having very much interest in law, isn't it? Therefore, they will get enlightened. Jurisprudence will help the students by enlightening them in adjusting themselves, and they are from the law school, they will come out in the society with full of knowledge, full of basic concepts. Students into civil life full of luminous precepts and notions. Take example of our freedom fighters. Many of the freedom fighters were lawyers, were barristers. What they did, they studied law and they came to know that these things are wrong which are being done by the Britishers, isn't it? They got the knowledge of that. So because of law you understand, you consider, this is right, this is wrong, this is proper, this should be done, isn't it? And leadership is a quality of a lawyer. So he will fight for that. He will fight in a legal spirit, isn't it? But when he will fight in a legal spirit, when he is having proper knowledge of law, to understand law, he has understood the law in a proper sense. Okay, so it helps the students also. Jurisprudence is going to help the judges and lawyers also in ascertaining the true meaning of the laws passed by the legislators, and by the long history, what the judges have done, they have created rules of interpretation, isn't it? Logical interpretation, grammatical interpretation, mischief rule, many principles, many maxims are being created, isn't it? So these are what the rules, the ways in which you have to interpret in a proper manner, so that you cannot bungle up the law, you will not jumble up, you will not get stuck in something, you will smoothly come out of that problem will be solved by you in a proper manner. Any case comes and with many legal points and all, nothing to worry. You are having full knowledge of law. You are going to conclude in a very nice manner. You are going to give a judgment, will be called as a landmark judgment, because you know the concepts and the basic aspects of law. Okay, so study of jurisprudence is having its own importance. It is having utility and significance. Okay, now we'll just go fast. Jurisprudence is having practical value, it is having educational value, it is going to give you legal training. Lawyers are going to solve the problems in a very proper manner. It is going to help the legislators, it is going to help the students, and it is going to help the judges and lawyers. Okay, this is the importance of jurisprudence. In the next video, we will see other aspects of jurisprudence. Okay, bye bye. See you in the next video.